Well, maybe we start this way because they generally get more expensive as you go that way.
So, podem olhar se quiserem, fica olhando aí, não precisa ficar parado.
This is what I call Fast and the Furious row.
Okay.
You know, really all the way down to the Charger. You know, this is a 98 Eclipse GSX turbo manual.
And this is not so appreciated in the US, right? You can buy them, some of them cheap, right?
So the all-wheel drive ones are not as cheap as the two-wheel drive ones are pretty cheap.
Yeah.
These are still relatively cheap, but they're hard to find. I spent 5 years looking for a nice GSX because they were all beaten up in the 90s and the 2000s.
It became like a cheap car sometime.
Yeah.
So, can I open?
Absolutely, go for it. A lot of the cars I have are low miles, but this one's about 150,000 miles, or like 220,000 kilometers.
Yeah, but it looks so good.
Original paint and mildly modified. This one's about to go to the speed shop though and come back almost twice as powerful.
Oh yeah? What you're planning to do?
Probably 450.
Oh yeah?
At the wheels.
Huh. Is the engine stock?
Mostly stock. Different turbo, but yeah, feel free to open it up if you like.
Yeah, it is clean and yeah. You know, in Brazil we had a lot of this. There's not so many cars in Brazil in the 90s because before 1994 there was only 4 brands in Brazil.
Okay.
Ford, Chevy, Fiat, and Volkswagen.
Okay.
Yeah. And then in 1994 they opened up for import, and this was one of the was heavily imported as a sports car.
Okay, great.
For the era, but not many X's. Most of the T's, the front-wheel drive ones.
Okay.
But there's a few over there.
But yeah, so different intake, 16G turbo.
Yeah.
But it's about to go in for forged internals and the big boy build.
Yeah.
Not crazy, you know, just as crazy as I can go with the stock drive line.
Yes. No, this is also not easy to replace, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's a lot of fun, and of course, Brian's car in the first Fast and the Furious was...
Are you making the paint job?
No. Because this is the original paint. So cars from that era didn't have great paint, but Mitsubishi paint was particularly horrible. So to find one that the paint isn't horrible on, so I put paint protection film and ceramic on it, and just rolling with it. With the white wheels, it's got Evo wheels and brakes.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So it's kind of a look. It's a little dirty right now. Just ignore the dirt. But yeah, it's fun. It's kind of a neat look and very period.
Would you mind if I asking you like what would be usually a retail price on each of the cars?
Sure.
What do you think would be a price for this car?
Right now, I think they're going for the low to mid 40s.
Mid 40s.
Yeah.
It's a nice car, hard to find. Okay, I had one.
Yeah.
I had one, a yellow one.
Yeah.
But that car I had to sell it. A few years ago. When we have a flood in Brazil, we have a huge flood we literally lost everything on the assembly line, and then I did like a giveaway. Because just to have an idea, we sell a lot of apparel from Filtech, and we had about 18,000 pieces of apparel that stayed in the flood. The flood in Brazil was, to have an idea, it's a state the size of Georgia.
Wow.
2 million people lost their houses, and in our specific location, it stayed for 30 days with 6 feet of water. Everything, 30 days, 6 feet of water.
It's horrible.
So we literally lost a lot of stuff. So ended up, we made a giveaway to sell those shirts and recoup some of the money. And then I had to pick my RX7. It was a 93 fully restored, like rotisserie restoration, built engine, and it was sad to have to give away him, but it was for a good reason.
That's a bummer.
My interior was the same color.
Okay.
But then I ended up switching to black.
Gotcha.
How about this brand new?
So this is a 93 as well. It's got 42,000 original miles. It is completely stock except for it's got tine coilovers and a period racing beat exhaust. But very fun to drive. I like to think is this, when you have a collection like this, you can see the evolution of sports cars, and you see the paths that the cars went. Like I don't have it anymore, but I had a 3000 GT. You know, all-wheel drive, heavy, but kind of luxurious. And that's the direction that a lot of modern supercars and sports cars went, where it's really lightweight and tossable. Most cars didn't go this direction, so it's this evolutionary path that you get to discover that's unlike anything else.
Yeah. What about these pads on the tires?
That's how I make sure that I don't back into the wall.
Ah, okay.
So I have those on the ground, and you get a little bump when you go over it, and then you get a big bump when you hit the end, and this is where you stop.
And does it help on the tire deformation, or probably not, right?
It really doesn't. It's just about helping the bumper deformation, or not having the bumper deformation. Now, one of the fun things about this car you might want to look at, so many of these, as soon as people got the car, they pulled the stock subwoofer out, and they had a really cool setup back here. It's called the Bose Wave.
Wow, I had on mine.
Yeah, most people have never seen one.
I know, but
it looks like a sea serpent.
Yes.
So Bose Acoustic Wave.
You know, I pulled from mine and I lost. Can you believe? I pulled out from mine and I lost it. It's so cool.
So unfortunately, I'm still waiting to hear it because my Bose radio doesn't work. I've actually got several extras over there as I've tried to buy them off of eBay to fix it. But at some point, hopefully I'll get that fixed and I'll finally get to hear what this sounds like.
Very cool. Yeah, it's acoustic. Yeah. Bose was always known to be doing that kind of stuff.
Supposedly it created more bass in a smaller amount of space. Someday I hope to experience that and find out.
And then you're trying to find a radio that works.
Yes. You'd be surprised how many radios you can buy on eBay that work. And then you put them in the car and they don't work.
They don't. That's cool.
But yeah, stock 13B, rotary. Well, I couldn't believe the undercarriage of this car. If you look at the undercarriage, you could eat off of it. It was so nice and
yeah, I know.
It's just so fun to drive. Also very, very low in the front with no front end lift. So you got to be careful everywhere you drive this.
I know.
When I had this garage built, this was the car I tested with. When I'd had them level the dirt, and I was like, and then whenever I drive up, if the splitter went into the dirt, I'm like, nope, needs to be more level.
Cool. How much would you value this car?
I would say these are, depending upon the condition, 55 to 65. Yeah, in this condition, probably closer to 65.
Sounds okay. Then you have a Midnight Purple.
Yes, sir. Yeah, this is one of about 60 original base R34 GTRs in Midnight Purple.
Oh yeah?
And it is an original Midnight Purple car.
It is.
50,000 kilometers.
Oh yeah? You brought it in US or you?
I brought it in US. It went from Japan to Australia. And then from Australia to here. And you know, when you buy cars overseas, I had them send me hundreds of pictures, but you don't really know. You're not sure what you're going to get. And then when this car arrived and I saw the condition, I was like, oh my gosh, this is the nicest R34 I've ever seen. And it is, when I pop the hood, you'll see it is, I've never seen another one this clean. I know they probably exist, but this is, you know, practically like a concours level car. Which is good and bad because it actually makes me a little, I drive everything that I have. And it makes me scared to drive it because it's so nice.
I was in Japan beginning of the year, and I went for the largest ever auction in Japan. Have you been there?
No,
you need
I've never
to
been
go.
to Japan. I would love to go.
In Yokohama, they have the place where they do the auctions. And there they had a new facility, so they have for the first time, they had over 9,000 cars being auctioned on the same week. It was unbelievable. And I just started walking through the garage, and Then you see like 510 R34s. Then you see another 5 NSX. That, man, it's unbelievable, unbelievable. Every single of these cars, but they were going very high prices. It was
really,
everything is really up over there.
You used to be able to get the cheap stuff there, but
it's not anymore. Man, it looks.
Yeah, this is just like it came from the factory. Every
they all have problems here, right? In this.
Yeah, they do.
But this is so clean.
It was actually funny. If you probably know what a VX report is. It's kind of like the Japanese Carfax. And you looked at the VX report on this car, and the guy was driving it, you know, about 20,000 kilometers a year or 15,000 kilometers a year. And then the year that Fast and the Furious 2 came out, after that, like a few hundred kilometers a year.
Oh, he stored the car.
It's like he said, this car is going to be worth money later. So he stopped driving it.
No.
When he got to about 50,000 kilometers.
It's so clean. The interior, everything.
One fun fact about these is the xenon headlights for the GTRs are unobtainium. So a nice set of headlights for a GTR that are xenon, $7,000 to $10,000. Yeah.
It's crazy. The tone of the paint job, the paint is
yeah, so 3 different colors, and you really have to walk around it to see. I'll shut this so you can really get the full effect. But yeah, if you just start here and then walk around the edge and then walk towards the back, it's like it's like the shell of a beetle.
Check the inside here.
Can I grab this key and show you something fun inside? Okay.
Impressionante, hein?
Guess which car this key is for? My wife got that for me for Christmas.
It's easier to find.
I'll roll the window down to make it easier to see. So, if we watch this screen,
the screen top.
Of course, you got the GTR logo, and then you have this really cool screen. Now, modern cars, they all have screens in the middle, but in 1999, this was really revolutionary. And you had different modes for boost.
Was this stock?
This is stock. This is how it came from the factory.
Man, 1999, imagine.
But being in the industry that I am, one thing that most people don't know is that the developers for Gran Turismo, the video game, designed the graphics for the heads-up display.
No kidding.
Yeah. And the other fun thing about these cars, you see this button here, TV. In Japan, you could drive around tuning the television and change the channels with this button.
They are allowed.
They don't allow that in the U.S. But you could drive around watching television in your GTR.
What's wrong
Think about 1999, how cool you would have felt.
TV. And
you know, the internet had just come out. You know, there wasn't streaming cell phones or any of that. Driving around in your GTR, watching television.
Man, it must.
In your Midnight Purple R34.
How many of these in this combination?
So there's 2 types. There's the base GTR and there's the V-Spec. There's about 100 Midnight Purple V-Spec cars. And there's about 60 base R34 GTRs.
60 only.
So there's about 160 total ever made.
Made or existing?
Made. So don't know how many are left, but that's how many were made.
Yeah, there's probably left half of that eventually.
Yeah. I think there's maybe 4 or 5 this color in the U.S. Originally, like people paint the car later, but that having come from the factory in this color.
That's crazy. That's awesome. The color changes are amazing. É isso aí, tá? Bastante. Okay, how much do you think this will valuation?
Okay. So when I got this car, they were going Midnight Purples only, because Midnight Purple is worth almost twice as much as any other color. Bayside Blue is a little closer, but a white one versus a Midnight Purple one, they were worth almost twice as much. They were going for a little over 300,000 US dollars when I got it. And now I'd say they're probably in the low 200s because as the 25 years has rolled over, more and more R34s have been able to come in.
Sure.
So, fortunately for me, you know, I joke and say, you can take the boy out of the trailer park, but you can't take the trailer park out of the boy. And growing up really poor, I'm always looking for a deal. I paid nowhere near $300,000 for this car.
You did a good job, a good deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if I mean, investing in cars, some you're going to make money, some not. And in average, probably you're doing a good job.
Yeah.
Okay, and this is the